Hey guys, it's Ducon Red 1 and welcome to yet another krein update video. Today we have quite a bit to show you, or I have quite a bit to show you. This is a lot of updating. Many architects have died to bring you this new krein that stands before us today. And I am pretty excited to show you guys what's going on. So it's going to be a pretty interesting thing because, you know, it's a lot of changes. So yeah, so let's go ahead and get into this. And the funniest thing, going back into my comments, into my other videos, is hearing what people are saying about, you know, you said you weren't going to expand more than that rock that you have on your castle. You aren't going to get any bigger than what it is, you know. And yeah, but anyways, yeah, it's expanded. I have either it's a blessing or a curse. I have a knack to expand on pretty much everything I build. You know, I plan for something small and I want it to be, you know, relatively, you know, nothing really that big, but yeah, it turns into something big. So that is what we have today. And so yeah, if you guys want to see the castle for yourself, if you want to come see it, all you need to do is do /warp krein, KREIN, on the raven.org server, and it'll warp you right here. So you will see that I have these weird little statues on the bridge. Yeah, they're supposed to be gargoyles. Little gargoyles. I have some up there, as you can see. I have them all over the walls. I thought it'd be a good idea to add them in. But one way or the other, I'm probably going to remove these and just put like two large statues here at the end. Probably of like two knights at the end. And then maybe just kind of like little spikes going down the causeway. So, one big thing you might notice is that there is no longer this straight little causeway that goes straight into the door. And yeah, that's a big change. But I really did not like how the original causeway looked. I really wanted something different. And yeah, so this happened. I'm just going to say it right now. I was inspired by Last Hearth. That entrance that goes into the keep from Westeros Craft. It has a spiral entrance that goes in. But I feel like I put enough twists into it to... no, it's inspired by Last Hearth with a Ducon twist. No pun intended. But anyway, yeah, I decided that I wanted to do this, and I really think it was a good idea. Tell me in the comments what you think. But I really liked it because you have a lot more defensive features. You have, first of all, this drawbridge here. You have like a little canyon underneath. I'm probably put spikes in here and mud and such, and I think that that'll turn out pretty good. And then you head up and you have, see, this is the system to close the drawbridge, and then that's the other drawbridge up there. But yeah, you have these, which are murder holes to pour, you know, boiling liquids. It doesn't have to be oil. It can be even boiling water. Is enough to really distract the enemy. You know, if you have enough of it and it's boiling, you know, you could do that. You know, molten metal. Who knows? There's a lot of possibilities of what you can pour down those murder holes. And there's also up on these parapets. Every other space has a murder hole as well, so you can shoot down your arrows down on the enemies as they're coming up. Same thing with here. Now, this is a big addition here. I added on this as an addition to the barracks. And it's basically just a wall. It's basically primarily all it is for defensive purposes, to shoot down this way on the enemy as they're coming up. And so I have all kinds of arrow slits. You know, I have 3 layers of arrows. You know, you have that one up there. Actually 4. You know, you can shoot from these holes, these, Then you can shoot from all those, and you can shoot from all these down here. So yeah, so let me turn Conquest of the Sun shaders on. I just really liked the other one because it's very very Ein. That was Zeus, by the way, for those of you that are wondering what shader packs I'm using. Zeus Ultra was what I was using then, and now I'm using Conquest of the Sun. And so yeah, so anyway, I added these little arches as well. Little sort of arches thingamajiggers. Very gothic. I want to keep that gothic kind of style going throughout. I don't want to lose that gothic style, but I want larger buildings. One of the biggest things that I regret about this castle, mainly because, you know, I didn't expect it to be this big. I guess for now on, all my projects I'll just expect to be huge, but the gatehouse is supposed to be a gatehouse. It's not supposed to be a gate. No, there's supposed to be guards up here. If I could do this over, I would put, you know, the gate maybe over here or something, and put 2 large towers on either side. And then those would be large towers for the guards to sleep and, you know, to do their thing. I think that would be a really cool thing, to have a gatehouse going on. But yeah, I think it's good. I mean, it works. That's really what matters. It's a working gatehouse. You have the mechanism in the system to make it defendable, and you have lots of little places to shoot arrows from. I also removed the way to get from down there to up here. So this section is only accessible by the second part of the fortress, unless if the enemy decides to crack through the ceiling and try to get up there, but it'd be a little difficult. Yeah, so that is that. You'll also notice that I'm redesigning the Great Hall for this side. There is going, see, the way I'm doing this, I said this in the last one, but I'm putting in 2, basically, like this is the fortress, and then the palace is going to be over here. And the palace is going to be much more grand. You know, this is like a okay dining hall. You know, it's not bad. It's not huge, but it's not small. You know, it's a pretty reasonably sized dining hall. But there's going to be a much larger one over here. You know, the palace is going to be back here. It's going to be less defensive and more just like really extravagant and, you know, great to live in. But I'm going to obviously translate the style and try to keep it very stylish. Also, people were really saying they liked how this roof was, and honestly, me too. I like that roof a lot. And so I tried doing it more. You know, I have that style translated. Obviously, I did that also to the Great Hall here. And then I also did it over here. And we haven't even gotten to that tower yet, but we're getting there soon. But yeah, I thought that was a good idea to go ahead and add in that section of the castle there, because basically this whole thing now is one giant kill box. You know, you get into, you get this drawbridge up. The only thing though that kind of bums me a little bit is, you know, the enemy, even though it'd be really hard to do this, but you know, they could come over here and smash in this hinge or pull this hinge out or whatever. And, you know, they can actually reach the drawbridge here. So, you know, maybe that is, you know, not so defensive. I don't know. But it's kind of what I had to work with for now. Unless if I completely redesign this again. Like, I was considering putting this farther back. But the thing with that is then this wouldn't be so soft. Like, this slant is really soft right now. It's not really steep. And that's something I want to keep. I don't want something really steep because obviously you'd have a lot of carts and people walking through here, because this is the main entrance in the castle. And you don't want to really make it, because, you know, it's not only for defense, it's also for, you know, the daily lives of people. And obviously there's a lot of people in this castle. So let's see what else there is over here to see. Yeah, I did move that over. I don't think there's anything new here from the last update, but there is, you know, a good bit of things going on. I revised this tower a little bit to make it work a little better. This will all be stone on this side, but I'm going to try to figure out ways to make it look better. So the new idea for in here is this is now the Great Hall. As you can see, I've spread it apart. I've spread the whole building apart. So now, instead of having it even spaced, I now have it odd, which makes it a lot easier to build. So as you can see, you come up here, and this is the royal table. I'm not sure if this technically is a royal table, because honestly, I don't know who would sit here. Maybe I was thinking the captain of the guard, because technically all the royal family would be in the other one, in the other dining hall that will be on the palace side. So if you guys have ideas of who could be here, let me know. And so I had a lot of issues trying to figure out what would this be up here. I used to have those rooms, and I was like, it doesn't make sense to have a room up here. It doesn't make sense to have, someone living above, the boisterous dining hall. It doesn't really make sense. It doesn't it doesn't work. So I redesigned it, obviously, as you can see, made it taller. And what I'm going to do is make this into a ballroom. But it'll be open-sided over here. And then there is like this open balcony over here that you can oversee everything. Like, it's not really for defensive purposes, but you can see way out. You imagine just huge fields. The Bailey would be over there, and huge fields that way, and all this stuff going on. A really beautiful view, I imagine. If it wasn't Minecraft, you could see as far as the eye can see. Can you guys just imagine that view? But yeah, I thought it would be a really cool idea to do that. And it's kind of inspired by Dragonstone, I think. Or Dragon's Reach, I think. That place on Skyrim. That place where they captured the dragon. Vulnerak, I think. But I thought that was pretty cool idea to have a big old balcony overlooking the scenery. And it's connected by a big door to the ballroom. Now this is just the the ballroom for the fortress. There will be another ballroom in the palace, of course. And yeah, that one will be far more grand and exciting than this one. So I still have this up here. This is where the minstrels would be. Basically, they had harps and different kinds of musical instruments, and they would serenade the people as they were eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm not sure what the eating schedule was for these days. I know for like farmers and such, they only had pretty much 2 meals. They had their noon sort of big meal, and then they had a smaller meal in the evening. So it's kind of different than what we have. But then again, I might be wrong about that. But I was watching a series called The Tudor Monastery Farm. You guys can check that out on YouTube. And they have, it's great. It's by Ruth, Peter, and Alex. They they basically live on a Tudor-style monastery farm for about a year. And they build basically their own farmstead from scratch. And it's really cool. And it's all done by medieval means. But anyway, Tudor Monastery Farm, check that out. Just do Tudor Monastery Farm playlist. Actually, I might go ahead and link that into the description below. And also there is Secrets of the Castle. Same people that made that. You can check that out as well. So yeah, so now we're to this tower. I really didn't like how this whole side looked. It just looked wrong to me. It looks so flat and like remember the tower we had before here? It was like the little ballista on top, and it was another one of these towers over here, and it didn't work at all. It wasn't cohesive. So what I decided to do is add in another extension to the barracks, and this is the actual barracks. This is like the large barracks tower. There's about 100 beds that are going to be in here. 100, maybe 150 or so. In this one, there's probably 50, 60 or so. But that's the cool thing, is there's a lot of things going on in there. And you'll also see that I took off the balcony for the commander. And I added this. Maybe the commander likes to garden. Maybe it's his little side thing where he likes to, grow his own plants and everything. And so this is his room in here. As you can see, nothing's changed in here. I didn't want to change this at all. And then he can just walk right out in the balcony and do his thing. And I changed his privy to right here. So it's just a chamber pot. No longer a garderobe overlooking but I thought it'd be a cool idea to add in a little chamber pot there. But one way or the other, I think this is really neat, how this all worked out. We did this over on the stream yesterday. A lot of this. We did like the balcony, and we did some of this part. And yeah, so the terrain around needs a lot of work, obviously. I really want to work on that a lot. And that is a huge thing for me. So now we're going to go ahead and explore the inside. There really isn't any furnishing. It's just sort of laid out. There's no, like, there's not a lot to really see. But I'm going to show you what my plan is currently. And I'm pretty happy with it. So this here is going to be a kitchen. This is where they're going to cook the food and everything. There's still room over here. I haven't planned any of this yet. But this heads down into the cellars down below, as you can see. And this will be a cold room in here for, like, meats. You know, things that need to be kept really cold. An ice room, I guess. And you can just imagine up here would probably be, you know, stoves and a baker's oven, such things like that. So technically this side of the castle, like the fortress, the whole fortress section, is going to have two kitchens. One at the dining hall and one at the barracks because, yeah, obviously the people in the barracks need to eat. It's a good thing, right? If you were a soldier, wouldn't you like to eat? You'd like to eat pretty well. So we come into here. I haven't really designed this floor either. All the floors above I've designed, but you know, this floor I haven't done really. But you come straight into here from this room over here, and the direct routes to get up is right here that we just came up. So what we do is we go up the stairs. This will take you up to this floor, and then you come across, and there is a our first barracks. And I think there are 30 beds in here. So it has room for 30 people. So there's 10 beds in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 beds, 3 high. That equals 30 soldiers in this room. And I really want to try to pack in as many as I can because I really don't want to skimp on guards for this castle. And so there's going to be more guards over here. This is going to have 18 men. We have 6 beds, 3 high. And as you know, this is like that little extension on the side. And you can walk around the parapets, shoot out, and see what's going on. So that's pretty interesting. I thought it would be a cool idea to do that. I originally was going to keep this room open, but I thought it'd be a good idea to go ahead and close it in a little bit. Give it a little more, you know, get a little more purpose, you know? I thought that worked out. So anyways, you go up the stairs a little more. And then this... Sorry, no. You gotta go this way some more. There is a more official way to get up, I think. I still need to work on it more, but you come this way. And we gotta go into here. So this is the way to get here. Yeah, I need to redesign this a little bit. But anyways, I said this was designed, but it's not. It still needs work. Anyway, this is the officer's room. This is where like the officers would be. There'd be not the sergeant, but like a bunch of like lower officers. They would all be sort of here. Instead of having bunk beds, they'd all have single beds in their own little like closets, like their own little like spaces in this room. Maybe there's gonna be 5 in here, maybe 6. I don't know. Maybe a little like table over here by the fireplace. And then this here is a lounge for the officers, and they can have direct access out to this balcony overlooking, again, the beautiful scenery. And we got a hawk up here. Commander has a bird. Thought it'd be a good idea. And then you go up a little bit, and this leads you to the next floor. Again, another barracks. I think this one has 45. I think there's 45 guards in there. And then you go up. And so this is going to be the war room. This is where they're going to plan the war. You can imagine a big table with a big map in the middle. I might make it circular. I like the idea of having a big circular map. But then again, I might decide to go rectangular as well. But we'll see. That'll be decided when I start building it. So that's the war room. And you come over here, and this is going to be the rookery. This is where the birds are going to be, where they're going to send out messages and such to the surrounding places. Now, I haven't finished this, but this is going to be an extension to the maester's room. This is where the maester will live. This has always been the original place where the maester would live, the master scribe, aka maester. And I thought it was really cool how it worked out. You know, this is on the same floor as this over here, and this is the rookery, and it makes sense to have the rookery right next to the war room because, you know, that's kind of why you would send messages. So I thought that was an interesting little thing to add in. And you go up the stairs some more. This leads you up to here. This is what I want your guys' input on what to add up here. See, this tower is all military. So you guys give me ideas of what to put up on this tower. I'm just going to put a question mark there. What do we want up here? I don't think it makes sense to have a treasury up here. And, you know, I don't know what else. You know, maybe you guys can come up with a really fancy idea, but give me some ideas of what to put up in this section. And, yeah, that'd be awesome. Would love to have your guys' ideas on that. So we're going to head back down. I'm trying to keep a lot of light, you know, a lot of windows to bring in a lot of natural light. I might do that here as well. But that is that. I think I've shown you pretty much everything that I have changed. I don't see really anything that I haven't shown you. I haven't shown you this. I changed the gate, you know, the gate here quite a bit. You can see me? There we go. But yeah, this is where the gate is right there. And I thought it would be a good thing to add in to make it more straight, make it more of like a building versus how it was before. I felt like it just didn't work. But now you got a murder hole, a couple arrow slits, and then you have arrow slits up here as well that can shoot down on the causeway as enemies are coming across. I apologize that we're not really doing any building for this episode, but I wanted to show you guys pretty much all the changes I've done. And I mean, just in retrospect, that's a lot of changes. That's a lot of changes, and that's plenty, I think, for this episode of the Castle series. And I hope you enjoyed. I really enjoyed it. I'm really enjoying it. I'm really liking building this. This has been an incredible experience. I'm liking a lot more now that I'm making larger towers and such. I'm giving it more spice. I'm spicing it up quite a bit. And that's what I'm excited about. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys on the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I also have a Facebook and a Twitter you guys can follow me on. Stay connected. I give you pictures every now and then that, you know, maybe I'll take a picture right here. And I'll release this today. Let me go ahead and grab Zeus. I want to get a nice picture of this side of the tower. I love Zeus. Ever since I found this, I've known about it for a long time. It's just I've never downloaded it. I've known Zeus has always been a really good shader pack. I'm very glad I finally took the time to download it. But anyway, I think that right about there, let's go ahead and set a good time, say 4 p.m. There we go. We want it to have some good light. Maybe 3 p.m. tea time, 3 p.m. I don't like that either. 5 p.m. That's too dark. Okay, 4 p.m. that's going to be. And we're going to take a picture right about there. And we got him up there. I'll take a screenshot off screen. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. See you on the next one. Till then, bye-bye. I forgot to show you one thing. It's not really big, it's not huge or anything, but I thought it was a good thing to add a ballista, scorpion, whatever you want to call it, up here. And this is where they would load in large, very pointy bolts into this thing. They would pull it back, and they would fire that thing out right straight onto the path. As you can see, it's right there. And, but yeah, I just really want to add that in really quick for those of you that have watched this far. But thank you for watching. I won't keep it any longer, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.